You're not built for conflict. So remember I told y'all the executor? I want y'all to look at the numbers. Only 12% of the world are natural executors. Only 12% of the world. And I looked at the numbers like, yo, that's kind of crazy, but I get it. They so demanding that if it was 50% of them, it would be crazy. If you had to deal with that personality, it would be a lot that had to deal with 50% of the world is that, right? So less than 12% of the world are executors naturally. So what happens is they come in the room and they're not trying to be, negative, but they sell you this stuff. They tell you to do this stuff and it's naturally in them. And then you go home and like, why can't I do it? Because they're not thinking about you and who you are as a person. So the reason why I put that music on, because some of you, it's going to be so hard to do. So when you get on the phone and you got to negotiate and you don't really like doing it, then you need to put the music on. Like some of you put it on, coach, when they're working out, but that's a workout. For some of you, negotiating conflict is a workout. So you got to put the music on before you call. Like, okay, let me get ready. Let's go. You got to be in the room like, let's go. I got to go talk to my dad and I don't want to talk to how many of you got parents that you need to have a long drawn out conversation with? You know what you need to say, but you ain't said it yet because you're struggling with conflict. Let me see your hand. For real, you need to have a conversation. How many of you got siblings that you need to have a conversation with and you ain't have it? Good. How many of you got business partners that you ain't really been truthful with, but you need to say, you got something you need to say, let me see your hand. Good. How many of you have something that you need to deal with and you know what to do, but you haven't done it because you really don't feel like dealing with the conflict of it? Come on. I know who you are. 30, 28. So when you say it roll over my back, when you say like, yo, I hear no and it don't bother you, that's less than 12% of y'all. I'm giving you data. This data driven. This ain't something coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making this stuff up. These are the numbers. So for most of us, it's difficult. So the fact that it's difficult, it's okay, but now we're going to give you literal tools. So now you're like, yep, it's going to be difficult, but Coach Elijah, I just text CJ like, yo, we got to turn this into a program. People need this on demand. They need to be able to go back over this. Now, what I've done, because some of you, the seat style, y'all like, where the booklets at? You want everything, you know what I'm saying? So I just sent it to you electronically, you have it, all right? So when you go to your email later, it's there, you feel me? But what I didn't want was you looking at all of that while we trying to talk. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, he gonna be talking about, what is he gonna be doing next? Like, I don't need that. So it's there, what he talked about is there, but we're gonna do it in a online demand so you can speak it out so people can hear it, because some people in the room are not structural. They can't read too much. It's too much stuff. So they just need to be able to sit back and hear it. So this is phenomenal. I appreciate you. So less than 12. So you ain't got to feel like, you ain't got to feel bad. Like I hate rejection. Welcome to the other 88% of us. Right? Like you don't like rejection. Welcome to the other 88% of us. Only 12 people naturally can fool with rejection and keep going. But what you cannot do is you cannot be bound by these numbers. Just because you weren't born with it naturally doesn't mean you can't take your girl to California. Doesn't mean you can't buy her a high percentage of vitamin D pills and we hit it. It doesn't mean that you can't get her to exercise a little bit to get some of that's what's not natural moving. It doesn't mean you can't change your diet and eat things that got more of the vitamin D in it. So I know most of you in the room weren't born with it, but we're going to spend the rest of the day and tomorrow we're going to dig deep. We're going to look at your personal, so how many of you're coming tomorrow and you took the test that I sent you? Let me see your hand. You took the test. That test is going to show me, are you yellow, green, or blue? And then we're going to go to work. We're going to go to work on it. All right? We're going to go to work and help you to get to that next level. And this is only about business. This is you need to execute in business. Some of you may need to execute in family. Some of you like got it going on in this area, but you're about to lose your marriage, lose your kids. So we're going to walk through all of that. We good? Come on, I need some energy. We good? Come on, I need some energy. We good? But let me tell you what the problem is. Because you're either a yellow or you're either a green problem, right? So you care about others. And what you've done is that you've told them it was free. So now you're mad at them for what you told them. So now we got to reprogram. So when Cole was like, E, how you going to get the numbers? I was like, I'm going to charge $500. He's like, all right, well, that's too much on the first one. I know it's worth it, E, but you're taking them for getting free all the time. Like, you've conditioned the world for free, E. All your stuff is free. So now you tell me I got to pay $500? Like, I'm used to being free. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, well, let's hurry up and condition them. Because the stuff I'm doing now, I know is about to change their life. Like, before, I was off of spirit and, you know, and my gift, but now this is scientific, right? You can't, the numbers don't lie. They are what they are. So what you're selling is free. But then you're hoping that at some point, they're going to know to come pay. That's not how you set it up. You set, and the reason why I know you set it up for free, because they think it's for free. They would have never thought it was for free. So what you probably are doing is saying, you know what? I'm going to give away this, and then you're going to be mutual. And you're going to wake up one day and say, I've done all this for you. Now you're going to be fair. You're going to be fair. And you're just going to come in and write me a check. And that's not how it works in business. You give it to me for free, I'm going to keep trying to get it for free. So now what you have to do is you have to believe that the challenge is you believing that you're worth it. That's the real challenge, that you feel like what everybody else is doing, you're just as valuable in terms of your for real. That's where we go wrong. That's why they negotiate on us, because we don't know if we feel valuable, so we let them negotiate with us. I'm not letting people negotiate with me no more. This is what it's called. Now here's where I will negotiate. If I know the relationship is mutual, then now we got a problem. Now I got to walk away, because I got to show you, you don't have to value me, but I do have to value me. You understand me? You don't have to value me, but I have to value me. And you're going to learn how to value me. But you're sending out a free message, and then the hidden message is, on the third time I want you to pay. That's not fair to them. They should know the expectations up front. And you shouldn't be afraid, if you tell them the truth and how much it costs, that they're not going to want it. You feel me? That's what you feel like. You feel like, I know, the test is real. It's real. So I know, so you feel like, well, if I tell them $400,000, they're going to say no. If they say no, then they're not your sheep. They're not your sheep in the first place. Your sheep know your voice, and they will come running. Your sheep know your voice, and they will come.